Hey guys, it's Holly Taylor. I am playing Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town today. This game is pretty new. It just came out a little over a week ago, and I've been playing for a couple days now. I am no stranger to Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons games. I've been playing them pretty much my whole life. I've put in hundreds, if not thousands, of hours on Harvest Moon 64, and on my Switch I have Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town, which I love. And I'm still kind of just getting into this, but I thought I'd show today a little bit about my farm. I'm just a little bit midway through the first season, spring, in Olive Town, so I'm definitely still getting started, but I thought I'd show a little bit about what the game is about and what my farm is looking like so far. It's not much. I've got my house upgraded from a tent to a pet, and I just watered my dog. This is my puppy, Penny. She's named after my real dog, and every morning I pet her awake and put her leash on her. So she comes with me and does my chores every day, and she just follows me everywhere, and I think that's absolutely adorable. I love that there are different kinds of dogs you can choose from, and when I upgrade my house the next time, I'm gonna get a cat to match my cat too. These are all of my maker machines. The game has a lot of focus on these, I guess, and right now I kind of have a good idea of what type of materials will be coming up that I kind of need to get working on now to save for, to upgrade to additional areas of the farm and upgrade my house again, things like that. So I just do a little bit of maintenance on those a couple times a day and drop everything off in my storage bin as needed, because storage is kind of an issue in this game. I've already upgraded my bag as much as possible, and it still doesn't really seem enough. I do need to craft more boxes. So every day I go and work on some maintenance on my farm. These little puddles, puddles, not puzzles. It rained yesterday, so there's more of them than usual, but you get clay out of them by clearing them with a bucket, which I think is kind of an interesting touch. But there's lots of them today, and what's a little bit different than other Story of Seasons games is that on my farmland, every day, new trees and rocks and weeds are growing back. And in normal games, you kind of... Whoops. I still haven't gotten the aiming down perfectly yet, but I've gotten much better since I first started. But in other games, for the most part, you clear the land around your farm, and then most of the big stuff never comes back. It's just like weeds every day or something. In this game, there are trees growing back every day. You get rocks every once in a while. And at first, I didn't like that. My chickens right now are Ethel and Tabitha. I'm giving them old lady names. But at first, I didn't like that, but knowing how much the makers are important in this game, I kind of do like it that you always have resources coming back, and it's just kind of a constant cycle. So I've already upgraded to the second area, and I believe there are 3 total for your farm. So I've only got 1 more to save up for, but I'm nowhere near having the resources needed to do that. But I have upgraded a lot of my tools, but especially the axe and the hammer were crucial for leveling up this early. When I first unlocked this second area of the farm, there are different trees and different rocks available, which give you different resources and open up different things to craft, but they also took a lot of time and energy to clear the land. So I'm glad I figured out how to upgrade tools. You just need some money and resources to do it. You don't need to have a certain skill level or anything, but your skill level does also contribute to the amount of, for example, hits that you need to take on a tree to clear it. So it's a combination of your skill and upgrading tools. And in addition to the puddles, there are these little mini ponds that appear sometimes, and they take forever to clear. I have a silver bucket, which should make it easier, but it's still something like 18 hits to fully clear it. But you get a little treasure chest at the bottom. Oh, okay, I've unlocked the suction pump, when I unlocked this area, it told me that... Oops. I'm gonna pound out this little pond real quick. When I unlocked this, it told me that I need a suction pump to clear this big little mini lake. So let's see what I need to get to craft a suction pump. Looks like brick and silver. Okay, I can do that. There better be something good down there to waste all that silver. I haven't had a need for bricks yet, but I've been crafting them just because I have the clay to do so. Oh, and I also love this. You can grow mushrooms on specific logs, and I don't think I've seen that in a game before, and it actually seems to be pretty lucrative. So I only have one log right now, but it's on my list to go buy some more in town. Check out my cow. Oh, and I also love that in each area of the farm, there's a build. So the first area had a chicken coop, and the second one had a farm. Oh, my bag is full. I need to remember to come back and get that milk. Oops, I didn't mean to pet you, Penny, even though I want to. My cow's Bessie. I always name my first cow Bessie, always. But anyway, so each area that you unlock has a building for farm animals already existing, but you do need to upgrade it. Sorry, I'm trying to think about what I want to do and talk at the same time. But you also get a free animal for that farm building. So I got one free chicken that I quote-unquote tamed. And there's just cow wandering around when I unlock the second area. So once you fix the building, you're able to get that first starting animal for free, which is really cool. Okay, did a little housekeeping there, and now I have room in my bag to pick everything back up. And then we'll go check out the town, I think. Can't forget my milk. Put it in my yogurt maker. Oh, and there's also been a mine in each area of my farm so far. The first one only went down to 10 levels, and the second one, I think the furthest I've gone down is maybe 25 levels. And I don't think that was the bottom, so there's still more to go. And obviously the second one has... Actually, I can go in there and show you and talk about the differences a little bit. After I grab this treasure chest and pound it out. So the mines don't seem to be governed by season or anything. And they're a little bit boring, but this one, this second one... has stone, iron, and it also and silver, and it also has these enemies that pop up, and if you hit them with your hammer, you can get a timeless object. I mostly just skip the stone and go for the silver, and sometimes iron, but and there's these like special, this was in the first mine too, but these special ones that they don't really seem to be very special. They give you the same kind of materials you can find elsewhere, with the addition of coal, which I haven't needed yet. And the enemies, like, they're not really enemies, but if you do run into them, you can lose some stamina. And if you hit them with a hammer, you get anywhere from good to worthless items. I missed him that time. And there's only one at a time that pops up. But he does sometimes pop up in inconvenient places. And there's these spots as well that you need the hoe to dig up. Those will sometimes be more special items. But yeah, sometimes I missed him again. Sometimes the ladder is already there for you to go straight down a level. And sometimes you need to find it, like this level. And in my experience so far, it is almost always going to be somewhere right near the middle. Thought it would be that one. For me, it's never been... a rock that is touching the outer cave, I guess, the outer edges, and it's never been right next to the up ladder. There's always at least one space in between. And more likely than not, it's in the first room, or closer to the first room. And the further you go down, there's more rooms to explore. I think the most I've seen is like 4 or 5. But that's about it. Hitting the little mole guy will sometimes get you the timeless objects. That is the same type of item that you can get from clearing those little ponds that take all those bucket swings. But for those, you have to take them to the town and get them appraised, and they could be anything from just a simple piece of iron ore to something really cool. I was kind of led to believe in the beginning of this game that, oh, these objects that you find on your farm and you go get them appraised, that they were all going to be really cool, but sometimes you just get, like, lumber. And it's really anticlimactic. I'm going to fill up all my makers again, just because they're ready. Always gotta have my passive machines working for me. And actually, before I go to town and get those appraised, I'm going to build that suction pump. So I'm going to put a few things away. And it needed silver. Ooh, I might not have enough silver. I have plenty, I just don't have a ton crafted. Oh no, okay, we're good. Oh my gosh, buttons. Let's make a suction pump, spend all my silver on it, and see what happens. I wonder if there's... Oh, I should have read that tutorial. Whoops. I think I can go back to my house and read it, but let's just see if I can figure it out. So I think you just place it somewhere up here. Set it right here. Oh, I have to insert something. What am I inserting? Oh. Refined coal. Okay, that's a conundrum. I have some, like, coal lumps? I don't feel like that's the right term. I have some type of coal from the mines, but I don't have any machine to put that in to refine it that I know of. Let's see. I have coal lump, and that's it, coal lump. Okay, I'm gonna need to figure out how to refine that coal. Put it in my suction pump. Now I'm kind of regretting wasting that silver on it. Oh, we've got a cutscene. Okay, that was a little ominous. My character is wearing a secondary outfit different from the one that I started in. I thought she was really cute in this striped shirt and overalls, and I love that my dog just comes to the town with me. You get friendship points and also communication skill for talking to everyone. Some days, if I feel like it, I go into every building and talk to everyone, but mostly I just talk to the people walking around. And honestly, for like the first time ever in a game, I don't even really read what they say to me. I kind of just skip over it. I don't know why. Usually I'm all about the dialogue and I'm a big reader, but for some reason this game I've kind of ignored everyone. Maybe it's because I don't really feel a connection to everyone here yet. I've got some rewards to pick up, and I checked the town's daily requests, and I could go back to my farm and pick up some oysters to deliver them, but we'll see if I feel like I have time for that. There are some tourists that come to town, because we are a little sea hamlet type thing, but the mayor's all about getting tourists to come over on the boat. Oh, we've got another cutscene. This is the museum. Beth is one of the marriageable players or characters. She had a date with Lars today. I don't know who Lars is. Oh, that guy. See, I don't even know all of their names yet. Lars works at the tool shop, I think, which is also the motorbike shop. And Beth works at the gift shop at the museum. I'm kind of surprised this seems to be like an NPC romance cutscene, which doesn't normally happen until it's clear who you are picking for your own partner. So that's a little weird. I do tend to talk to her though, because I come to the museum a lot to get things appraised. And at first I thought I wanted to marry this girl because she's cute. But her voice is kind of annoying and she doesn't really have anything interesting to say. So I don't think I'm going to pick her. But let's get my stuff appraised and see if we get anything good. I have that type of stone already. I don't know what it's for. But yeah, these time-worn objects, I was kind of led to believe in the beginning of this game that the... Yeah, see, I just got an old boot. I thought that the things that you find on your farm and go all the way to the museum to get them appraised were kind of going to be... Like, cave pearl, that sounds cool. But I thought they were going to be, like, unique, like, artifacts, kind of. Yeah, like lumber, so basic. Like, for example, in Harvest Moon 64, if you dig in random spots on your farm, you can unearth, like, an old music box, and eventually you can get it fixed, and it's kind of got its own little story that goes with it. And that's, like, it's a unique artifact. And I thought that's what all this was going to be. Gosh, we have a lot of cutscenes today. I'm just working on all these relationships. This is a father and son. This is one of the, like, full families. And I think it's kind of funny because they're one of the only buildings in this town where it's just their house. Whereas everyone else, it's kind of a business, and then their home quarters are in the back of their shop. But this family, I think they're a fishing family. I don't really know how they make their income. I just know they're really big into fishing. They don't, like, sell fishing bait or anything. They just have a house and they're always fishing. This is the second cutscene I've had about cats and fish, but it was a different person last time. I wonder what that means. Oh, I just left my doggy behind. Sorry, Penny. Oh my gosh, another cutscene! I did just have the Egg Festival, which was a little bit less interesting than I'd hoped for. Like in Harvest Moon 64, you actually get to go around and try finding the eggs, and you might win the festival. In this, it was just like a cutscene, and that was basically it. But I did get the opportunity to go around and talk to every single villager, which probably helped my relationship points with all of them, and that's probably a contributing factor as to why I'm getting so many cutscenes now. But this is Laura in the middle. She's like the help center for tourists, the tour guide, and I think I might marry her. She's pretty cute. So it's good that I'm getting a cutscene for her, which means that I'm doing pretty good on our relationship points. Oh, how do I look when I'm on the job? I'm just gonna say amazing. Sometimes during this they give you options and you get to select like how you think is best to improve the town. And I don't know if it actually affects anything. It's a little hard to tell. Like for example, I got to pick like what mascot I think would be good for the town, but the mascot that I picked, like I haven't seen it appear anywhere or anything. And then another character asked me, the woman who runs the museum, she asked me if I wanted to, like, give my input on how they should redesign the museum or whatever. And I gave her, you know, I selected like 3 different choices. And at the end of it, she's like, yeah, you know, I just had a sudden thought, like, never mind, we're gonna leave it the way it is, or something like that. And it was like, did I select the wrong things? Or was, you know, it always gonna go back to the same options? Alright, not allowed to sell egg sandwich. I did get a brick maker, which I already have one of those, but I can place it down. Oh, I was saying earlier about how, like, all of the trees and rocks grow back a little bit every day, and it's kind of annoying to clear them, but it's also great because that means that I'm always having updated resources. But another point on that is that I guess this game has a lot of decorations and kind of freedom to design your own farm plot how you want, which is pretty unique to this type of game, or well, actual Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons games. So I've got a lot of things that I can craft, like gates. There's different, like, paths. There's a brick road. And so I think if I start designing out, like, I put down some roads on my farm and some benches and some, maybe, like, there's, like, little street lights I've seen in another video. But if I start, like, really decorating it and designing it and putting pathways down and everything, then trees won't grow where you have decorations down, or the resources won't come back in those places. So there is a way to kind of manage that, but that might then limit you in how many resources you're actually getting to be able to continue putting in your makers, if that makes sense. So we'll see. I'm not really at that point yet of decorating. Let's see, it's getting a little late. I still have a lot of energy left, and I'd like to drain it by the time I go to bed. And you do kind of need to go to bed early in this game because it does affect what time you wake up. And I think it's something like before 10 or before 11 p.m. if you want to get up at 6 a.m., which is the earliest that you can. See, I do kind of want to make a net because then I can kind of passively fish and just collect fish every day. Oh, okay, this is pretty easy. Now, if I had just paid attention, I need 2 twine. We'll just craft 1 net for now. And then I need solid lumber, which I'm sure I have plenty of that. Regular lumber and solid lumber. Okay. Let's make a net. Oh my gosh, I keep doing that. When I unlocked the net, it kind of told me about it though. And I need to place it in like a shallow rocky area. So I think this is good. Cool. And then I wonder how long it takes. I am low on silver. Everything else is still working. Okay. There's also this. The nav sprite. This got unlocked like maybe a week into this first spring. This little guy, if I talk to him, he'll take me to this area where I can... I don't even fully manage this. I can manage my earth sprites, which are these like little pink egg looking, like they kind of look like baby chicks. They are followers. I don't really know what that means, but I can, I get a couple, maybe like 5 new followers a day, and I can assign them where I want them, and I get free resources out of it. So right now I have so much grass. I do not need any more grass, but you know, I'll take some free stones and logs. So every day, or the days that I remember to come here, I go and pick up my share of the resources. Like I just got, you know, 5 logs. Big deal, but like, it's kind of nice to have. I don't even have any followers assigned to grass, but I still get like a little bit of grass from this guy every day. And then I get some free stone and a little bit of iron. So yeah, I know there will be more sprites or like more different types of resources unlocked on this later, and by also going to check in with them, you get these coins that you can then trade for certain things at this little shop. I didn't go back there to talk to that guy, but there is a special shop there that you can spend these unique coins on. But I haven't really figured that whole part out yet, but that's okay. I guess I can go back to the mine to burn off the rest of my stamina for the day, but again, I like having as many hours in the day as possible, so I do try to go to bed pretty early. So I don't want to stay down here too long, and I might not even get to use up all of my stamina. There was a point where I was desperate for iron, and I never seemed to have enough, and it took like 5 hits on one of the iron rocks. And it was just so hard to get as much iron as I needed to unlock the things and craft the things that I wanted to at that point in the game. Not that I'm very far into the game, but it seemed like it took forever, and I was always behind on iron. And then I just figured out that I could upgrade my hammer, and that made things go so much easier. And then I was able to get, you know, more iron and silver that I was able to upgrade my axe and chop down the many, many trees that were in the second area of the farm. But now I feel like I have a good kind of backlog on all of the resources. And I'm in a pretty good place. I guess I need to save up for unlocking or expanding my house again and unlocking the third area of farm. Alright, where is this ladder? It's gonna be right here. No! Okay, this one. There we go. Yeah, it's never the ones on the edge along the wall, like this. And I'm not positive about that, but it's been true for me so far. But I like when the ladder's already visible, they just make it so easy. I have been tempted kind of to just kind of farm down levels and just go as low as I can with as little stamina, using as little stamina as possible. So obviously always using the ladders down right away if they're freely given. And, you know, not stopping to hit any rocks. Just because there can be, like, I don't know, I think I did get to unlock it. Excuse me. I did unlock a jewelry maker of some sort a little while ago as I increased my mining level. And I've kind of come across something that might be meant as a jewel. I forget exactly what it was called. But I've not made any jewelry yet. But I imagine that the good stuff like that, the gems, are gonna be in the lower levels of the mine. But as far as I know, there's no way to kind of save your progress and jump down. Like, if you had made it to level 30 before, you can go straight to level 30 again anytime you want because you had made it down there manually before. Some games have that with mines. This one, as far as I can tell, does not. It seems like every 10 levels there is this little lake, which I've seen in games like this before. And the first time I came across one, I tried fishing there, and I just got, I mean, it was a good fish, but it was, you know, a fish you could get anywhere else in the game. I'm sure there are unique fish that you can only get in the mine ponds. But, you know, there you can donate fish to the museum, just like Animal Crossing. But, you know, I just fish in these games for extra money. In this game, it did take a little while to get used to. Oh, it's already after 10. I need to go to bed. It did take a while to get used to fishing in this game, but once I figured it out, oh my gosh, so easy. You know, I would never let a fish get away because now that I've figured it out, I know exactly how to do it right. And, you know, it was a pretty good cash grab for me in the beginning. It's already kind of late, but I'm going to hit my makers before I go to bed. Just because it's kind of a waste if I don't, because everything will be ready and processed by morning. Alright. That's it. Time to go to bed. Come on, Penny Puppy. Hit the hay and call it a day. I like that. Alright, that was a day in the life of Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town. Get a recap of the money I made. It was a pretty productive day. Yeah, I think it was pretty good. I didn't talk to as many people as maybe I normally do. But maybe we'll save that for another video and kind of introduce all of the different townsfolk. Alright, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and give me a subscribe if you want to see more.